In this video, you are going to discover the 10 forgotten empires lost to time, and we are going to start from number 10, so make sure you watch this video to the end and subscribe to our channel if you want to see our upcoming discoveries. Alright, let's go. Number 10. Nabta Playa and the astronomical mystery in the desert. In the Nubian desert of southern Egypt sits a stone circle aligned with the summer solstice, constructed at least 7,000 years ago. Nabta Playa predates Stonehenge by thousands of years, yet almost nobody knows it exists. The builders arranged massive stone slabs in precise astronomical alignments, tracking celestial events with accuracy that shouldn't have been possible for a people supposedly living in scattered hunter-gatherer bands. The largest stones weigh up to 3 tons. They were moved from quarries miles away across impossible terrain. The precision of the alignments is staggering, suggesting whoever built this understood the sky well enough to encode celestial knowledge into standing stone. And then, around 4,500 years ago, the people of Nabta Playa vanished. The Sahara dried around them, transforming grasslands into desert. They left their stone circle behind, abandoned to the sand, waiting 5,000 years to be rediscovered by archaeologists who still struggle to explain how nomadic peoples achieved such sophisticated astronomical knowledge. Number 9. Mehrgarh and the skull surgery we can't explain. In what is now Pakistan, an ancient settlement called Mehrgarh shows evidence of farming communities practicing advanced dentistry 9,000 years ago. Human remains reveal drilled molars with precision that required sophisticated understanding of anatomy and tool control. These weren't accidental fractures or wear patterns. These were surgical procedures. The patient survived. We know because the bone shows healing around the perforations, confirming the drilling happened before death and infection set in. No known civilization should have possessed this knowledge at this time period. Mehrgarh's surgeons were operating at a level of sophistication that wouldn't appear in recorded history for another 7,000 years. They had anesthesia knowledge, infection control, anatomical precision. The settlement thrived for millennia, then dissolved into the broader agricultural communities of the region, taking their medical secrets with them. Their techniques vanished. Their knowledge died with them, and we're left asking how they knew. Number 8. Caral-Supe and the civilization that wrote nothing. Between the 4th and 2nd millennia BC, one of the oldest civilizations in the Americas flourished on the coast of Peru. Caral-Supe constructed vast pyramids, sunken plazas, circular amphitheaters, and sophisticated residential architecture without leaving a single piece of pottery, painting, or sculpture behind. Unlike every other known civilization, Caral created monumental architecture without visual arts culture. They played music on bone flutes, engineered massive structures, and then simply disappeared. Archaeologists only began seriously exploring the site in the 1990s, meaning our knowledge of this civilization is shockingly recent. The sacred city of Caral-Supe built monuments that rival Egyptian pyramids, yet no written records explain who ruled, what they believed, or why they eventually abandoned their achievement. Number 7. Sanxingdui and the Impossible Bronze Civilization. In 1986, excavations in Sichuan province revealed treasure-filled pits containing bronze masks, jade sculptures, gold artifacts, and elephant tusks from a civilization that shouldn't have existed. Sanxingdui flourished around 1600 BC, the same time as the Shang dynasty, 800 miles from where Chinese civilization was officially supposed to originate. The bronze masks display strange protruding eyes, wing-shaped ears, and flamboyant features, completely unlike anything in documented Chinese culture. Metallurgical analysis shows techniques never seen in Chinese archaeology before or since. The civilization was sophisticated, wealthy, and utterly separate from the accepted historical narrative. Then it vanished. The pits appeared deliberately sealed, suggesting intentional burial of the civilization itself. We found the treasure. We found the evidence of extraordinary achievement, We have no idea who these people were or what happened to them. Number 6. The Aksum Kingdom and the Forgotten African Superpower. In the 3rd century AD, a Persian prophet named Mani listed the 4 greatest kingdoms on earth. His third choice was Aksum, an African empire that rose in what is now Ethiopia and Eritrea to dominate the Red Sea trade routes. Aksum developed its own script, minted coinage stamped with the images of its rulers, embraced Christianity before Europe did, and fought wars with Persia itself for control of crucial trade corridors. They conducted diplomacy with powers as great as Rome. Yet Aksum has vanished from Western consciousness almost entirely. You can still see the massive obelisks marking royal tombs rising from the earth in the ancient capital. The Church of Our Lady Mary of Zion remains standing, built by Aksumite hands more than 1,700 years ago. An empire powerful enough to rival Rome, Persia, and China simultaneously faded so completely that most of the world forgot it ever existed, leaving behind only stone monuments and questions. Number 5. The Indus Valley Civilization and the Unbreakable Script. By 2000 BC, the Indus Valley Civilization controlled more territory than Egypt and Mesopotamia combined, housing an estimated 5 million people across what is now Pakistan and India. Their cities featured sanitation systems that wouldn't be matched until Roman times. They developed sophisticated writing using over 400 distinct symbols. Then, around 1900 BC, the civilization collapsed. The cities were abandoned. The population dispersed. The script fell out of use. And for 33 centuries, humanity completely forgot the Indus Valley existed until archaeologists stumbled upon it in 1920. We've recovered thousands of inscribed objects. We've analyzed the symbols from every conceivable angle. The script remains completely unbroken. A civilization that controlled 10% of the world's population left behind writing we still cannot read, denying us direct access to their beliefs, their governance, their understanding of existence. Number 4. Easter Island and the ecocide of Rapa Nui. Polynesian settlers arrived on Easter Island around 700 AD and built a thriving civilization capable of carving monumental stone heads, requiring enormous labor and coordination. The Moai statues stand as testimony to sophisticated engineering and organizational capability. Then, the civilization systematically destroyed itself. Charcoal fragments and pollen samples reveal that Easter Islanders cut down nearly every tree. Rats consumed the seeds before forests could regenerate. Rope making became impossible. Canoe construction ceased. The population had no way to escape the island they'd depleted. Food scarcity triggered warfare between clans. Starvation became so severe that archaeological evidence suggests cannibalism. By the time Europeans arrived, the population had collapsed to thousands. Easter Island shows us what happens when civilizations pursue resource-intensive projects without considering sustainability. Number 3. Çatalhöyük and the City Without Streets. In central Turkey, a Neolithic settlement occupied continuously from 7,500 BC to 5,700 BC housed between 5,000 and 8,000 people in densely packed mud brick houses sharing walls with no streets or alleys. Residents entered through rooftops on ladders, walking across interconnected terraces above a warren of enclosed rooms. Inside their homes, they buried their dead beneath sleeping platforms. They decorated their walls with elaborate paintings of bulls, leopards, vultures, and headless human figures. Some paintings show a volcano erupting in the background. The residents lived literally among their ancestors, walking above the dead, sleeping above their remains, eating above their bones. They achieved urban living without visible hires. Archie, without temples, without the institutions archaeologists thought necessary for civilization. Then they abandoned it, dispersing into smaller communities, taking with them whatever they knew about sustaining thousands of people in peace. Number 2. The Khmer Empire and Angkor's Jungle Grave. The Khmer civilization built Angkor, a city larger than modern New York, spanning 400 acres with a population estimated as high as 1 million people. Intricate water systems, extensive road networks, massive temple complexes, and architectural sophistication that remains impressive even by modern standards. Angkor Wat became the largest religious monument on Earth. Between 1000 and 1200 AD, the Khmer Empire dominated Southeast Asia. Then, the cities were abandoned. The jungle reclaimed the temples. The sophisticated engineering that sustained 1 million people was left to rot beneath vines and roots. Scholars debate whether drought, warfare, disease, or environmental catastrophe destroyed it. What remains undisputed is the completeness of the collapse. A civilization as advanced as any in its era simply ceased to exist as a coherent entity, and the world forgot where Angkor had even been. Number 1. The Maya civilization and the enigma of sudden collapse. The Maya carved massive stone cities into Central American jungles, developing hieroglyphic writing, complex mathematics, sophisticated astronomy, and architectural magnificence that peaked around 900 AD. They possessed knowledge that shouldn't have been possible without telescopes. They built monuments of extraordinary precision. Then, at the height of their power, the civilization abruptly deposed its kings, abandoned its cities, and ceased all technological innovation. The collapse was sudden, complete, and multifaceted. Historians point to drought exacerbated by deforestation, warfare, disease, and climate change as contributing factors. But the exact combination of causes that could destroy a civilization of such sophistication so rapidly remains one of archaeology's greatest mysteries. They didn't fade away over centuries. They broke. And the monuments they left behind continue asking questions we cannot fully answer about why advanced civilizations can collapse so completely that the knowledge their builders possessed simply vanishes from the world. If you want to see more videos like this, click the video on screen now and make sure to subscribe.